short description of how the machine functions and homes. So the Pratt & Whitney A-frame reamer with integrated safety. So you can see I have a barrel and a reamer sitting in with a ball chuck. So we're going to hit door release. We have to wait for it to times out. Door will open. So what's going to happen is we're going to put the reamer into the barrel, put that assembly into our vices. And we're going to take the reamer, come through our whip guide. Now the reamer will have a notch on the end of it, and it will go into the ball chuck. You will pull the handle back, it will go into the ball chuck, and then it will spin until it lines up with the ball, and then the handle will come forward again. And we want this into the ball chuck and the reamer just beginning to start into the bore. So we don't want this to sit for too long and wobble around before we start to cut. And so all that needs to be set up ahead of time, and these vices are both movable left to right so that you can get the best grip on the barrel, whatever size you might have. And then this whip guide, we want to make sure that the bottom of the hole in this whip guide is just touching the reamer tube when we're in the clamped position. We can't clamp it right now because the door is open, but you can go back and forth with that, setting that up. So let's assume that we're in position and that the reamer is in the ball chuck. If not, we're going to assume that it is, just for this demonstration. So we're going to close the door. We have to make sure that our door release button is out so that the door will latch closed. So we're going to latch that closed. The position that we're in now, we could jog this back and forth to get in the right position, but let's assume that this is the position that we want, and we want to call this our home position. So we will, similar to the drills, press and hold this button until it lights up. Now that is the home position, and this is where we will return to when we're finished. So now we are home, we have a green light, and we are going to hit the ream button. Now when we ream, what's going to happen is the spindle is going to start, the oil pump is going to start, the grippers are going to clamp, and we will start to feed. And now we'll quickly go over and we'll look at the screen here, the settings on our screen. We'll come back, ream settings. We have feed rate. Right now we're 10 inches, just for demonstration. 10 inches, spindle speed of 500. Length of barrel, that's the length of the barrel you're putting in. We're just going to run 2 inches just for demonstration. And then the length of reamer, because of course we need to get the reamer to go through the barrel as well. So those two will add up to the total that we're going to ream. So if we come home and we hit our DRO, you'll notice that actual position is 0 because we're home. Barrel length 2 inches, reamer length 1 inch, totals actual distance to go 3 inches. So we will come back over here and we will hit ream. Grip, spindle started. And we're reaming. It will stop at the 3 inches. Everything will stop. The grippers should release like that. And now we're ready to take everything out. So we're going to hit our door release button. Wait for it to time out. Boom. Now we open this up. And now the reamer, of course, will be on this end, sitting here, and the barrels will be all the way to the right. We will take the barrel and the reamer out, or in some cases, what some people do is they just remove the 3 reamers and leave the barrels in, because the barrels will be way down on that end. And then we close the door back up again. Oop, making sure to click the door. Click that back in. And now we're going to hit return. And we're back to our home position. And that's it.